Hello YouTube and welcome outside. Soy milk. This video that I'm making now is a response to a thread that I found on the fantastic new YouTube channel youtube.com/talk, which is run by Chris Bingham, also known as Slow-Mo Zovo, and this particular thread was presented by Morgan Page Loves, whom I am a fan of. On Talk, every week a new topic of discussion is presented, and the viewers are encouraged to participate in that discussion through comments and video responses, and so I decided to partake in the latter. On her video on Talk, Morgan seemed to come across as sceptical but optimistic about the prospects of getting a tertiary education. She said that for certain professions that you want to go into, yes, of course you need to get a university degree, whether that be being a doctor or a lawyer or something vocational in that sense, but if you can do just as well in your career without having to get this degree that is going to put you in an awful lot of debt, especially if you're from the United States. What's the point? Just use the massive resource that we have these days that is revolutionizing the way that we consume media and teach yourself on the internet. Why not? So I am lucky enough to have gone through the university system in the UK. I spent 5 years studying languages, soy y puedo hablar español también. Now, I don't feel like I would have gotten to the level of proficiency in my chosen field, which is languages, had I not gone to university. Yes, it would have been possible for me to just up sticks and move to China, which, to be fair, is what I did as part of my course for a couple of years. But the university education system taught me an awful lot in terms of how to function as a human being, and also it taught me about my place in the world and that I shouldn't be an arrogant prick most of the time. Traditional education institutions often get a bad rap on YouTube, and they are sometimes described by some users as institutions that are steeped in too much tradition and not enough innovation, that they stifle creativity and aren't adapting well enough to the new information age. Dan Brown, also known as Pogobet, has been a regular critic of the education system in his country in his videos, and has in the past said that in university all you learn to do is deal with authority and jump through hoops. And I don't necessarily think that those are bad skills to acquire while you're getting a degree. Opportunities that I had and things that I learned in my time at university were stuff that included not just learning languages, which I blimmin' loved, but also the ability to go on study abroad schemes. I had a radio show for a couple of years. I was able to partake in these new media projects that I wouldn't have been able to do otherwise. I also learned how to standardise writing and to deal with authority and to jump through hoops. In your professional life, you're going to have to do those things, whether you like it or not. Finally, a point that Paige made, not on her talk video, but on her personal channel, which was kind of a follow-up to the discussion. She said that she really, really wants to go to university in the USA, where she lives, and study for the sake of studying, for the love of learning and the love of acquiring knowledge. Now, I fall into that camp. I didn't go to university with the thought of furthering my career, and this is something that has come up in the UK recently because of the fact that tuition fees have recently gone up by 300%. We are now encouraged to look at a university degree not as us learning for learning's sake and for the love of knowledge, and not because we want to go into research and maybe become experts in our field. We're expected to go to university in the UK now because it furthers our job prospects and as an investment in our future. As more and more information becomes available online through stuff like Google Scholar, through stuff like Wikipedia, and the internet in general, we aren't going to need to go to universities in order for us to learn for learning's sake. People who love learning are going to be able to learn the stuff that they learn online. And universities, I am worried that universities, if we go down a more more financial and profit-making route where they aren't supported by the government and by general taxes, that we are going to have universities that aren't hubs of knowledge and of creativity and of research, but are simply training grounds for vocational degrees and people who are wanting to further careers. I'm sorry if this video has been slightly rambling and without point, but I haven't scripted this, and I literally just sat down outside with a cup of tea and decided to have a little chat with you, which I haven't done in a while, and you know, I kind of missed it. Regardless, I'd like to bounce this over to you guys, because I know that we have fantastic discussions about these kinds of things. What are your experiences with tertiary education? Have you gone through it? Are you about to go through it? Are you avoiding it like the plague? Give me your reasons why, and what do you think are the implications of a more profit-driven education system within British universities? If this is the first video that you've seen of mine, welcome to Rhyming with Oranges, and every week I post a video about political or social commentary and encourage you guys to take part in the discussion with me. If that's something that you're up for, please hit subscribe and you'll be able to see whenever I update my feed. Also, if you want to follow me on Twitter and partake in the debate throughout the week with me, then you can follow me at Jazza John. Also, I've started blogging again. It seems to be mainly about gay stuff that I'm blogging about, so if that's something that tickles your fancy, go downstairs into the description and you can click on the link there and see what I'm writing about. Please do check out Talk from Bing and Morgan Page. They are two very good content creators that I myself subscribe to. Thank you very much for taking part in the debate. I'll be floating around in the comments. Don't forget to like. Enough calls to action in this video? Yeah. See you guys. There's people just walking past in my garden, past my garden. And I don't want to seem like too much of a weirdo. So I'm gonna stop talking now. Awkward.